Barbecue and Sky Bar in downtown San Antonio getting set up for today's event, the Texas Eats Food Festival, happening at 12 o'clock for VIP, 1 o'clock for general admission. And we're all out here getting ready to say good morning, San Antonio.
Hi, David. Good morning. So we usually want the food from David, but now I just want the T-shirt in a large. Good morning, everybody. It is 9 o'clock on this Saturday. It is May 11th. Good to be with you guys for the second Saturday in a row.
It's so good having you here, Mark.
It's good to be here,
guys.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good for you to be here. That food festival. That's exciting. It's a big deal. You can still get your tickets. David's going to tell us all about it. It's the first time Texas Eats has ever done anything like this.
And it's quite a lineup of local chefs and culinary experts. So we'll talk to David coming up.
I'm excited for that. Sarah Spivey, you got the pollen count in recently?
I did. Yeah, let's start with that. Okay, the pollen count showing that, molds are elevated, but it's not as bad as it has been recently. Molds are moderate at 840. Grass is present in low amounts. All right, we are starting off the day different than yesterday because we're dealing with clouds this morning. Yesterday was a fairly sunny day, but today's going to be more cloudy than not. And then temperatures are relatively comfortable. It's 75 in San Antonio, but here's the thing. Relative humidity only at 57%. It feels amazing outside with that low humidity. It's 73 in New Braunfels, 73 in Pleasanton, 68 in Boerne, and 69 in Kerrville. Now the low humidity not going to last too long. We're going to be humid again by this evening and then especially for tomorrow. Now it is Mother's Day weekend. I know a lot of us have plans. After 6 p.m. tonight, there is the potential for a few showers and even a storm possible. That could linger into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's not going to be a washout, okay, but a few showers or a storm is possible in the morning. During the afternoon, though, it'll trend drier. High temperatures this weekend in the low to mid 80s, but again, you're really going to feel the humidity tomorrow. And can you believe it? The northern lights were visible from San Antonio, Texas last night. I've got some pictures and the reason why coming up in just a bit. Mark, Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. New this morning, Schertz police are investigating a deadly shooting from last night in a neighborhood near Cibolo Creek. Police say it happened minutes after 11 p.m. On the 11,600 block of Vogues Pass, officers found a woman who was dead with multiple gunshot wounds. A man was detained at the scene as investigators worked to learn if the shooting was self-defense or a murder. The Texas Rangers are helping with this investigation.
A jury has been chosen in the case of a 5-year-old San Antonio boy who was found dead in the state of Colorado. Daniel Garcia is accused of causing the death of Dominic Aguilar Acevedo back in July of 2021. Garcia and the child's mother, Nicole Aguilar, are accused of leaving his remains in Colorado and fleeing the country to Costa Rica. Earlier this week, Aguilar pleaded guilty in exchange for her testimony. If found guilty, he faces up to life in prison, and testimony is scheduled to begin on May 21st.
Well, after using what they call the nuclear option, San Antonio council members will get the meetings they wanted on the fire union contract and their concerns about the city attorney, but some of it won't be public. So 5 of the 11 city council members first asked on Wednesday for a closed-door executive session meeting about the stalled fire contract negotiations. But after city manager Andy Segovia denied the request, the same group filed a memo the next day asking for a meeting to discuss whether Segovia is fit for the job. Segovia has said he thinks someone is leaking information about what happens during those confidential executive sessions on the fire contract. Both requests were added to the agendas for meetings next week. It's a family pet, and finding one little cupcake would make a local family extremely happy. So Cupcake is the name of their missing capuchin monkey seen here in this home video. The pet disappeared from the family's Kendall County home about 2 weeks ago. They've been combing through their massive neighborhood and passing out flyers on their own, but so far the monkey is still missing and the family is heartbroken.
My children are in a lot of pain, and it's really, really hard to see. I search every day, and they come home from school hoping that I had found her.
Cupcake's owner spoke to us by phone, not wanting to reveal her identity. She says her family is heading up a major community hunt for Cupcake. The search is set for this afternoon.
Today is the big day we've been talking about, it seems like for months now. The Texas Eats Food Festival is the first major event we've done like this ever before. Well, you will be able to sample foods from some of the best local chefs in our area.
So all week, David Elder has been giving us previews of some of the restaurants and the chefs that will be there today. And right now, he's at Smoke Barbecue where the event is taking place. Hi, David. Are you excited?
Super excited. Yes, we're out here at Smoke Barbecue and Sky Bar in downtown San Antonio, and we are getting ready for the event. So we're not feeding you food right now, we're feeding you with knowledge, and that's what's going on below us. Everybody's getting set up all right here. You can see the tents are going in. Everybody's getting ready for the event right now. The vendors are about to get here very soon to get ready because at 12 p.m. starts the VIP access. 1 p.m. is for general admission. We are selling tickets at the door. So if you're here for the Luke Combs concert, if you got a fast car or not, baby, come on downtown. You can get tickets right here. We have 20 award-winning chefs that are going to be serving up some amazing bites, live music from the Corey Weaver Band as well. It's going to be a great time. Plus, we're going to keep walking around later in the newscast. We're going to show you some of the different areas that you can walk around, highlight, and there's also availability to get some great drinks from Smoke themselves here. So walk around, Shiner Beer, Coca-Cola products, Monster Energy drinks, Topo Chico, everybody's out here, and of course the live stage over here right behind us. Now, look at this view. This is why Smoke is so cool. You get this insane view of San Antonio. So when you're walking around the event, it just makes for the perfect selfie opportunities when you're here as well. So what else can you ask for? Great food, a great place to do it, and a lot going on. Now, this is just the beginning, so we're gonna be checking in, and you're gonna see how this progresses over here over the next hour. But you can see everybody's been here since about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's just been so much work. So a big shout out to everybody out here doing an amazing job. Marty Williams, Marty, I know you're gonna see this later. You're busy right now, but you've been so amazing to work with in setting all of this up. And just out here, I just saw her like sneaking around somewhere. She's over here all busy the whole time, but I tell you what, I'm super excited for the event. It is the first ever Texas Eats Food Festival, and we are gonna have so much fun. I look forward to so many more to come in the future. And of course, I mean, just the view, just ended on the view for it there, Hina. So look at that. Beautiful San Antonio, and what a great day for an outdoor food festival.
Thank you, David. And I know, David, the vendors that are coming today and the chefs that are coming today, they're just not like your everyday chefs. A lot of them have James Beard nominations, runner-ups, finalists. So you're going to be getting top quality food out there.
And it's a wide range of cuisines from different places all around the area, not just one side of town. So check it out and break a leg to David and the entire Texas Eats team today with their event right now. It is 9:07, 74 degrees.
A mother and daughter celebrating Nurses Week together. After the break, we'll introduce you to Kim and Marlene Espinosa.
And outside with live cam, all eyes on the sky as we plan our Saturday and get ready for Mother's Day Sunday. Sarah's forecast. The full forecast still to come.
A bond strengthened by love and labor. In honor of Nurses Week, a mother and daughter are celebrating their partnership at Northeast Methodist in Live Oak.
That's right. This morning, our Daniela Ibarra shows us their legacy of care.
Compassion and care is etched into the Espinosa's DNA and culture.
Our whole family is nurses, so I've seen it everywhere.
Kim basically grew up at Northeast Methodist.
Oh, well, this is my mom.
Her mom, Marlene, started working there in the 90s while pregnant with Kim.
Sometimes we have to meet with my husband in the parking lot to change caregivers.
Marlene says a San Antonio hospital courted her to come here from the Philippines.
It was not my plan to be here.
Because she's here, she was able to bring over our extended family.
Just like her mom's journey to the U.S., becoming a nurse wasn't Kim's dream. It was her destiny.
I learned really quickly, no, I'm meant to be a nurse. And I watched what my mom does. I've heard of her stories, and it just made me want to give compassionate care back to others, and so that really inspired me to come and join her.
The two worked the night shift together for nearly a decade.
It was such a great support to have her here, that as a mentor, not only as a mom, but a mentor.
Kim says she's one of the hospital's 2 Asian leaders on its nursing team.
It's nice to see fellow colleagues of the same nationality and race be represented.
It's a milestone that makes her mom proud.
As I've seen her grow, I feel like I made a big difference in her life.
Although their careers are now on different paths, the Espinosas are glad to walk the halls that raised them together.
It means a lot. It means a lot.
Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
9:12, 74 4 degrees.
It feels great outside.
I'll take this weather.
Low humidity, and you know what? Soak it up while you can, because it's going to be humid within like 12 hours.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quick. But hey, at least we got a beautiful view of the Northern Lights last night. What? Yes, San Antonio. We saw the Northern Lights last night. This is a look out in parts nearer to Bernie in the hill country. This is in Bandera. Beautiful pink hues there. This is out in Kerrville. Why were the Northern Lights visible this far south in San Antonio? It's something I never thought we'd see in this area. And the reason why is because the strongest geomagnetic solar storm is happening right now. The largest one we've seen since 2003. So in about 20 years. I'll be talking way more in depth about that solar storm, what it means for potential communications, what it means for our aurora viewing later on this weekend, coming up at 9:40. So please continue to check back in. I'll have that update for you. For now, though, let's get you through your Mother's Day weekend, all right? It is feeling really nice. It's 75 degrees with dew points in the upper 50s. Low humidity, wind from the north, continuing kind of what we had yesterday. But throughout the day today, the humidity is steadily going to rise. I want you to look at temperatures right now. It's in the 60s up in the hill country, but 80 degrees down near Corpus Christi. We're going to see some Gulf of Mexico moisture work its way back in gradually throughout the day today, but it feels good right now, so enjoy it. 68 in Bernie, 73 Rio Medina. Uvalde, good morning. It's 73 degrees, 73 in New Braunfels, and 71 in Canyon Lake. It feels great because dew points are in the 50s, right near 60 degrees, low humidity, but take a look at what happens to the dew point trend throughout the day today. By 6 p.m., it's going to be noticeably muggy, and all day tomorrow, humid all day long for Mother's Day. Notice again, 6 p.m., that's when we start to see it get a little bit more humid. It's after 6 p.m. that we have a chance for showers and storms. Looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast for the day, though, really only an isolated sprinkle or two as temperatures reach 83 degrees this afternoon. After 6 p.m., there's a 40% chance for a few showers or a storm. 40% chance is not a knockout guarantee for showers and storms, right? It's actually, there's a better chance that you're not going to see rain in your backyard, but it is a possibility. 40% chance for a few showers and storms, all because of this upper level low. Now, as this upper level low moves closer into Texas, it is going to fire off some showers and storms. You can already see some in the panhandle, but this upper level low is going to stay a little bit too far to our north to allow for widespread heavy rain. But as you can see in the future cast later on today, after 6 p.m., it is possible to see a few showers and a storm. Now that could carry into the first part of Mother's Day. A few showers during the morning hours, maybe even a storm. But then as that upper level low moves on off to our east, we're going to see a drier second half of the day in the afternoon. So looking at storm chances peaking tonight, and then tomorrow, there is still a 30% chance in the morning hours. So looking at your Mother's Day forecast, 67 in the morning, a few damp spots out there. Brunch should be okay, maybe damp in a couple areas, but in the afternoon, again, less of a rain chance in 85. But it is going to be so humid tomorrow, so keep that in mind. Our moms want a good hair day, but I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow with the high humidity. As we look ahead to next week, isolated showers and storms Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Highs near 90 degrees. It's going to be another humid and warm week, although not nearly as hot as it was last week. So that's some good news there.
We do need this rain.
We definitely need the rain. And coming up, I'm going to have a look at the pollen count, how local recent rains have affected that, your yard work forecast, and of course more on the aurora borealis.
Yardio.
Yardio. Woo, some of that work
Good.
in.
Thank you, Sarah. 917, 74 degrees.
Also happening today is the San Antonio Asian Festival at La Villeta from 11 this morning till 6. This is a live look right now.
That's some activity has already begun. This is a celebration of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And again, we are taking a live look where things are being set up, and a few folks might be out there to check things out early.
We will be checking in throughout the show to see how things are moving. We'll be right back. Taking a look at some other events happening this weekend. Fans of the 1990s and aughts can turn back time at the NostalgiaCon happening at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center in downtown San Antonio. The event includes artists, vendors, and celebrity guests, including a reunion of the cast of Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. For a look at the celebrity guests visiting this weekend, just head to KSAT.com.
And happening tonight, the South Texas Symphonic Orchestra will perform a free, family-friendly concert that will include music from iconic movies and musicals. The concert starts at 7 o'clock at a UTSA main campus in the Fine Arts Building, the Rotama Auditorium Recital Hall. It is free and open to the public. That performance will feature recognizable music from classics such as E.T., Star Wars, Hamilton, and Frozen, and others. You will be in the room where it happens. We'll be right back.
Okay, there he is, David Elder, checking back in outside at Smoke Barbecue. That's where today's Texas Eats Festival will be happening. Wave, David. Look at him. He's so pumped.
Yeah, I think down a little bit on the right, David, down just that upper corner. Thank you. We heard from David at the top of the hour, and we'll be hearing from him again soon. Thank you. As preparations get underway for today's big event over there at Smoke.
It's kicking off in just a few hours at Smoke Barbecue east of downtown. You still have time to scan this QR code to get those tickets. Along with great food you'll be able to taste. You will also be able to listen to some live music. So SA Live shared a preview of the band that'll be playing there today. Also, you can get tickets at the door when you arrive. But here's a sneak peek of the Corey Weaver Band.
Mama told me to wait a few years. You were everywhere that I looked. You were my first in the woods after prom night. You touched my lips and I knew I was hooked. The first one tastes the sweetest. The first one hits the realest. The first one cuts the deepest. Takes me back to when I was a younger man. Takes me back to when I was a younger man.
Good morning to you. Rise and shine, 9:30 on your Saturday. It is May 11th.
Happy Saturday. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. It's been great having Mark here with us for the second Saturday in a row.
Morning has flown by. It's fun being with the Sarahs. People were I posted on Facebook yesterday, I'm going to be back with the Sarahs tomorrow morning, and they said, good luck.
Well, you know, you need
We're just so much fun.
We're so fun. You need a lot of energy to deal with us. And we are grateful that you are here, Mark. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the pollen count for the day. Molds are moderate, so they're up from yesterday. And grass is present in low amounts. As we take a look at your yard work forecast today, get out there, do the yard work now, because later on tonight, there is a potential for a few showers and storms, especially after 6 p.m. So this morning's a good time to get that yard work done. I know we've been dealing with lots of dew and things like that, so get that yard work done this morning. You won't regret it. So as for the weather headlines today, a few sprinkles are possible in the afternoon, but it is still going to be a pretty nice Saturday. It's after 6 p.m. tonight that a few showers and storms are going to be possible. Only about 40% chance, but it's possible. And that'll trickle into Mother's Day, leading to a damp morning, and it'll definitely be humid again. So even though it's nice outside right now with low humidity, you will notice the humidity for Mother's Day. Last night, the northern lights were visible from San Antonio, Texas in the hill country. Something I didn't think I would ever say, but it is true. And the reason for that is because the strongest solar storm is going on since 2003, so in the last 20 years. I love this picture from Pipe Creek, a little bit further away from the city lights. You can see the column of the light here from the Aurora Borealis. And then you see this streaky light right there. Those are the Starlink satellites. Coming up, I'm going to go into depth about what this solar storm means, how it will affect us, whether or not it'll be visible again tonight and tomorrow. Those details coming up in a bit. Mark.
Sarah, thank you. In your morning health headlines, a warning to parents this Saturday. The CDC is saying unsupervised use of melatonin is leading to a rise in kids going to the emergency room. A March CDC report that found between 2019 and 2022, ingesting melatonin while unsupervised led to more than 10,000 children being sent to ERs. There are now new voluntary guidelines to help prevent ER visits from melatonin. That includes new labels to warn about the dangers of drowsiness and the choking hazard for small children if not properly chewed.
So we've all heard about the weight loss drug Ozempic, but have you heard of Ozempic babies? So their stories are all over social media. I've seen them on TikTok. After using the weight loss drug, it's leading to surprise pregnancies. So according to some researchers, the drug increases a woman's chance to get pregnant. The weight loss is connected to increased fertility, and if a woman is taking that drug, it also lowers the effectiveness of your birth control. So some doctors are recommending women get off the drugs 2 months before trying to conceive.
Back here at home, University Health breaking ground on a new facility they hope will provide better healthcare opportunities. The project at University Health Wheatley will offer primary care, urgent clinic needs, as well as a pharmacy. Officials hope this new clinic will meet the growing demands of the city's east side. The clinic is scheduled to open in the year 2026. We've been talking about it all week with some very tasty previews, and now the day's finally here. The Texas Eats Food Festival is happening. Today is the first major event that KSAT has done like this, where you'll be able to sample foods from some of the best local chefs in the metro area.
David Elder joins us this morning from where the event is taking place at Smokes Barbecue. It's just east of downtown. So David, how are things looking out there for you? I know you're just making those preparations and things will open up soon.
Yes, we are getting ready here at Smoke Barbecue in downtown San Antonio for the event today. You can see the sign is up. Welcome. And we're going to take you through a little tour right now. Now, everything is still getting set up. The chefs are still getting here. Vendors are about to get set up. But the tents, the tables, the area, everything is looking great. We have Nate Mills, Marty Williams here with KSAT as well. They've been doing a great job getting everything set up. And it's been, this has been months in the planning, y'all. So this is a lot of work behind the scenes to get to this point. But as you can see, it all pays off. Proper planning pays off. That's what this is right here. So we have all the food coming in. We got the truck set up right here as well. So when you come in, you can come over, you can take a picture with the truck. And right there on the stage, you're going to see Corey Weaver Band up there rocking out today. We also have screens that are going to be set up everywhere so you can see everything else that's going on. Plus, we're going to have all the different vendors. So on the back row, there's going to be vendors set up. We're going to have all the different tables and everything loaded up with food. And this team out here at Smoke has just been rocking it out today as well. Everything getting moved around and set up. They had a party last night. They reset and they're getting ready for this party. And they got another party tonight. So they're very busy people out here. And we're super excited that we are partnered with them as well. And of course, the big thing today, and I'm just super honored to have them a part of this event. And look what they do for San Antonio. It's the San Antonio Food Bank is benefiting from the event as well. So they will be here. We have a check ready for them to present. We have a little on-stage deal that we're going to be talking about as well. So a big shout out to the San Antonio Food Bank for everything they do in the community. And we're going to be honoring them here at the event today as well. Tickets are still available. We will be selling tickets at the door. QR code on the screen. We're going to be having people walk in at 1 p.m. for general admission. And it's going to include 20 different chefs from around the area. We actually have a chef coming from Austin, Cade Mercer as well. Big shout out to CM Smokehouse. And they're going to be set up here. Unlimited bites. You're also going to have drinks from Shiner, Topo Chico, Monster Energy, and Coca-Cola. It's going to be a great event. So we're super excited to have y'all out here. One more look around. We're getting set up. This is the calm before the food. I'm going to call it a, what would you call that? Like a storm. I call it a food storm. Why not? Because there's going to be food from all over the place. We're going to have it set up here. And the weather is just fantastic. I think that's really the best part is the weather has just worked with us through this whole thing, because I've been looking and weeks out, I'm like, I don't know. And then today, what a beautiful day. We got people working out here, but it just feels great. So we're super excited. I know Mark, Sarah, you guys, I hope you're coming out to the event today because it's going to be a blast.
Yeah. Some people may be wondering, David, can they raffle for the awesome Ford F-150 behind you? And the answer is no.
You know what? Maybe a ride in one. We can talk about that later. Mark, are you asking to ride in it? Are you asking to ride? I'll take you for a ride, Mark.
I don't mind been in a ride in it either.
It's a nice looking truck. Hey, David, of the food.
It's a big bed.
Yeah. Hey, of the food that you've been showing us throughout the week on KSAT, Was there one that's going to be served today that you just can't stop thinking about? Like when you go to bed at night, you're dreaming about it?
You know what? I think all the bites that we have shared throughout this experience have been just over the top. The one experience that I will say that I'm most looking forward to for this event right now, the experience. Al Fragoni, the gentleman that was here last Friday on the 6 p.m. news, we had him outside there at KSAT. He had the cabrito on the open fire grill. He had everything set up. I'm just looking forward. That open fire is going to be insane. Picanha, sausages, the cabrito is going to be out here as well. So that's going to be just cool to look at. The smell is just super intoxicating. You're going to want to hang out around it. And of course, all the other food that we've highlighted, all the food that's going to be here. I mean, there is a People's Choice Award. So it's up to the people to determine what's the best one that's going to be.
Makes sense to me. I mean, if you're going to go to an event at Smoke, you might as well leave smelling like smoke.
Right. David, thank you. So excited for today.
Yes.
Thank you, David Elder. Right now, 9:38, 75 degrees on your Saturday morning.
Let's take a live look at another festival that's happening and here in San Antonio. This is the San Antonio Asian Festival at La Vita. It's happening from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Vendors getting set up right now and excited to see how things play out.
There's a lot going on in the Alamo City this weekend, so plan ahead as far as traffic and parking as we go outside with live cam right now, see how things are looking. The weather is cooperating right now.
Yeah.
We'll check in on that chance of storms coming up with Sarah Spivey, and we're also keeping a track of some slowdowns at I-10 and Loop 1604 due to the ongoing weekend construction. The good news, it will come to a halt overnight to get folks ready for Mother's Day. Welcome back. Just about 9:42.
It's been an exciting morning for you. I loved that you said you woke up this morning or last night to a bunch of text messages from the KSAT meteorologist, like geeking out.
I have to say, I'm on a bit of a weather high, okay? I'm nerding out because we got to see the Northern Lights in San Antonio, Texas, in the Hill Country. And it wasn't like you had to squint. Like, it was very visible. And here's a look at that. This is out in Pipe Creek. This is in northern San Antonio. And this is out in Bernie. We've got beautiful pictures coming in. This is out in Lake Hills, Texas, right near Medina Lake. Now, those folks who are away from the city lights of San Antonio got an even more spectacular view, like here at Lake Hills. And then I love this one too. This is out in Bernie area. Gorgeous in Bandera. And then this picture, it just looks amazing. This is out in Kerrville. Wonderful shades of pinks and greens out there last night with a beautiful starscape as well. We had clear skies, and the reason for the Aurora Borealis, or the Northern Lights, reaching this far south is because we are currently experiencing the largest solar storm since 2003. And the reason for that is, take a look at this picture of the sun that was just taken a while ago. You can see that there's a giant spot here. This is a sunspot where it's emitting waves of plasma and magnetic energy our way. This may not look that large, but when you compare it to the size of Earth, you could fit 17 Earths in that one sunspot that's sending all of that solar energy our way. And you can actually see that solar energy coming our way with this view. Here's the sun. You can see the corona there. And then boom, there goes one of those coronal mass ejections, and you can see it coming right to the Earth. Now, we deal with solar flares all the time. It's just very rare that one this strong heads toward Earth, and that is exactly what has been happening. And it's going to continue to happen this weekend at various times. It only takes 8 minutes for the light of the Earth and for that plasma to reach us. So we do think that later on tonight, the Aurora Borealis will once again be visible very far south. It is possible that we could have impacts to radio communications and satellite navigation. We haven't seen any major outages around the United States, so we'll keep you posted about that. And will you be able to view it tonight? If we had a clear sky, yes, but I just think we're going to have clouds tonight, unfortunately. So I think it is going to be a little too cloudy, but if you want to chance it, find a clear patch of sky, get away from the city lights. And this is a pro tip. You can use your phone camera because the sensitivity on that is a little bit higher than our eyes, and we're a little too far south to see it super close to the city lights. So keep that in mind. Okay, outside right now for Mother's Day weekend, it is 75 degrees in San Antonio, but it feels good because the humidity is low. We're going to be looking at low humidity throughout the day, but in the afternoon, a few sprinkles are going to be possible. Temperatures will be getting into the low 80s, and after 6 p.m., we have a much better chance for showers and storms. Now, much better is only 30 to 40%. It's because of this upper level low that's going to be swinging around areas of energy our way. The trick is it's going to be very random where these showers set up, but they could show up right around San Antonio after 6 p.m. tonight. Not everybody's seeing storms. That's why there's only a 40% chance, but it could linger into tomorrow morning. And so a damp start to Mother's Day is possible, but I do think the second half of Mother's Day should be relatively dry. So when we look at storm chances, peaking tonight at 40%, and then tomorrow 30% chance in the morning before we see it dry out. Speaking of dry, it feels good out there right now because humidity is low, but high pressure system to our east is going to be bringing back in that Gulf of Mexico moisture. It's going to be very humid tomorrow. So even if you don't get any rain, you'll definitely notice the humidity. High temperature tomorrow for Mother's Day of 85. Feeling it too with the high humidity. And then we'll have an isolated shower storm Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're back to the humid and warm weather pattern next week, but it will not nearly be as hot as it was this last week when parts of South Texas were dealing with temperatures of 116 degrees. So it's not going to be that hot, thank goodness.
Okay.
No kidding. Thank you, Sarah. 946, 76 degrees. Let's take another live look outside at the San Antonio Asian Festival that it will be happening today. It starts in just over an hour at 11 o'clock and it goes through 6 o'clock this evening at La Vita.
Costs $15 per person. Kids under 12 get in for free. There'll be cultural performances, food, and it all benefits the Asian Resource Center of San Antonio. Again, starting off at 11 a.m.
10 till 10, already World Heritage Sites. One of San Antonio's missions has an added distinction, a connection to the Underground Railroad network to Mexico.
It's very cool. So keep in mind that Texas was still part of Mexico back then. This morning, Jesse Degollado tells us more about the untold history of Mission San Jose that just recently came to light.
Little do many know, the venerable queen of San Antonio's missions played a role in the flight of freedom seekers fleeing slavery in the South.
I think it changes a lot about what we think about the missions, not just about the missions, but this larger picture of what enslavement was like in San Antonio.
A city described in an article as a city of blood, chivalry, followed by a common racial slur, and there met with aid and comfort. Published in 1854, it says Colonel James Bowie had tipped off slave catchers that 2 of a handful of freedom seekers from Louisiana had taken refuge at Mission San Jose in 1833.
The slave catchers showed up at one of the mission gates when they were met by gunfire from the Mexican army, trying to protect the freedom seekers who were inside the mission.
A slave catcher who was wounded ended up in the city jail. As the article says, a chained inmate in the old calaboose of San Antonio. Tourists here told of the incident nearly 200 years ago.
I think it was very brave that they wanted to protect them.
The soldiers here that day were enforcing Mexico's outlawing of slavery. Besides, Mission San Jose was a sacred place that offered freedom seekers sanctuary.
Empathetic, compassionate people who took them in and helped them.
Mission San Jose also was mentioned in an 1859 advertisement, offering up to $200 for the capture of 2 freedom seekers. It says there they had some acquaintance with Mexicans who could help them off to Mexico. Both accounts are part of the reason why the National Park Service has recognized Mission San Jose and its role in the network to freedom and the Underground Railroad.
Freedom seeking and resistance to slavery through escape and flight.
Here and perhaps at other missions as well.
We're just now scratching the surface on the history of freedom seekers in San Antonio.
Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
Amazing story. Thank you, Jesse. 9:52, 76 degrees.
Taking a look outside where the Texas Eats Festival is happening today. Look at David Elder. Is that the trophy? Is that who wins? That's for whoever wins at the food festival. He's nodding his head yes. Okay, it happens from 1 to 4. I know it opens at noon for VIP. When we come back, we'll check in with David one more time.